open to.
Go ahead, Al.
I don't believe in a God.
Okay, so go ahead. What you want to say?
I was asking. So, I mean, I guess my disagreement with you would be on when I go to bed. I don't persistently have an expectation unless I get some weird circumstance.
No, that's false, Alex. You're just unaware. You see, we have a network of beliefs. Okay, some of our beliefs are flying above the radar, and we're conscious of them, and some are below the radar at a lower consciousness level. Okay, you have an expectation. Look, if I go to the supermarket and I park my car, and I come back and it's gone, I'm going to be surprised. Why? Because I had an expectation that it would be there when I got back. Okay.
May I really quick?
Now, if I did have that expectation when I came back because I called a tow truck to take it away, then I wouldn't be surprised when it was gone because I didn't have an expectation. So the point is this: is everybody has a belief in an absolute, right?
I think you're taking situations and kind of, I don't want to say dumbing them down to offend you, but just like you're minimalizing them to kind of go be analogous to what you said prior. I don't think so. I think as a normal person going into any situation, you list the most probable outcomes to happen and then prepare for them. So I don't think there's
how does your worldview provide for probability? Are there some things that are static and some things that are dynamic?
I think there's numerous possibilities when it comes to it.
Okay, listen, dude, listen to me. You got to up your game instead of giving me these open-ended, ambiguous responses. If you keep on giving me ambiguous responses, it will deter me from wanting to continue an intelligent conversation with you.
Okay, I'm really trying to work.
Now, here's the question. Here's the question. How, unless you conceive that there's, first of all, in order to invoke a probabilism or a probabilistic assessment, you have to possess background information. Are you aware of that?
Sure.
Now, that background information is going to include that which is static and that which is dynamic, or that those variables that change. Now, do you know, in a way that you cannot be wrong, what is ultimately static?
I guess I believe everything is dynamic.
Okay, then if you believe that, then that contradicts your position that you can make a probabilistic assumption. Probabilistic assumption would hold the view that some things are static and some are dynamic. Therefore, if you believe everything is dynamic and everything is changing, then nothing's going to be static. Therefore, you cannot have a probabilistic evaluation.
Not so much that everything is changing, but it has the probability. Excuse me.
No, sir, you're not understanding. You're not understanding.
I understand completely what you're saying.
If you think by fast talking you're going to fool me, it's not going to work. Now I'm going to ask you a very simple question: is it the case that something is static, or is nothing static?
And by static, you mean
that it doesn't change?
Yeah, no, everything changes.
Okay, that's incoherent.
Go ahead.
That's incoherent. If everything changes, okay, then how are you going to invoke classes? If you talk about dog, cat, tree, mountain, is that going to have the same property? Okay, overtalk me again, and you're going to be server muted.
My apologies.
Okay, now, if you say everything changes, which is actually a tenet of Buddhism, okay, that nothing is permanent, okay, then you have no ability to make intelligible statements, because your statements, for example, if everything is changing, then what do your dependent statements ultimately depend upon if everything is changing? Does the word dog and its properties, the properties that represent the token dog, do the properties stay the same over time? Are they secured by laws of nature or not?
By laws of nature.
Right. Do you believe in laws of nature, sir?
Of course, but I don't think the word
good.
dog
Now you've contradicted yourself, because you said everything is changing. If the laws of nature are that nature operates in some regular ways that do not change.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
You've contradicted yourself.
Oopsies. So I guess everything outside of the laws of physics. I mean,
So
can
do
you
you
give me an
realize?
example of
Do you
something that
realize? You
changes
realize?
or
You
doesn't?
realize? You realize you've made a major blunder here?
Yes, I contradicted myself originally,
Okay,
but
so you realize you're making broad sweeping claims that you didn't even think through, and
these
you
aren't broad
stated it
sweeping
with that.
claims. These are my
You
belief
stated it with
system.
that. Okay, listen, go away. You're a numbnuts. I'm not going to waste my time with you. You're an idiot.